This is Sketch the Journalist. I'm with Gifted da Flamethrowa. We are here just north of Houston in the Woodlands, kind of a midway point for both of us to meet and talk about his new album, Bulldoze City, and a little bit of his background. So I wanted to just ask him a couple questions for those of you who may not know him as an artist and kind of his testimony and background. So Gifted, thank you for joining me this afternoon.
Thank you.
We'll go ahead and get right to the album. We've got a new album coming out called Bulldoze City. I'm curious to hear a little bit of the background of the title. When I first heard it, there's other guys that are kind of in our genre. They're talking about building up their city, and here you are talking about trying to knock it down with a bulldozer. So explain a little bit about that title.
Bulldoze City is a state of mind, more or less a place. Back in New Orleans, if you got into a fist fight and you duck your head, we'll call that, oh, he going Duck City. Like, he's scared to get hit. So it's just an attitude. Bulldoze City is just a mental attitude that says that anything that's unlike God, any adversary, procrastination, hesitation, anything in this season, it needs to be bulldozed. Don't negotiate with it. Don't try to understand it, man. If God gave you a direct path and He gave you a direct commandment, if you know you have some goals that you're trying to reach in this season, this is the season to push past it like a bulldozer would do. Bulldoze City. Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay. And your last album was done kind of in conjunction with Much Love Records, and you had Bound for Glory Records beforehand. Kind of clarify for me a little bit what the situation is with this record. I know Much Love's kind of stepped away from doing a lot of music, focusing a little more on ministry and had some changes. So what's the situation with Bulldoze City and your label situation?
Man, it's been a constant transition. God has really blessed me. I got serious about God in '99. And from '99 to 2007, I just sat under the Word. Of course, I did little, concerts around the city, but I didn't want to do a project, So Bound for Glory, we decided to do that project, and that was an awesome thing. And from Bound for Glory, I got offered to deal with Much Love and with Infinity. Shout out to Trey 9, shout out to Jimmy. Jimmy is now working with Reach Booking. Trey 9, he kind of got back more into ministry. And even on the Bound for Glory side, man, the owner, who's my brother, Manuel Mukes, he's actually now pastor. Manuel Mukes, he's a pastor. He's actually my pastor, man. So everybody made transitions. So after I did, the Much Love deal with Infinity, I got another deal offer from a label by the name of IMG. IMG has a distribution deal with Universal. So I developed Crazy Mortal Records, and I signed on to IMG, Universal Distributions, and the record's dropping September 20th, and I think God's going to bless it.
Yeah. And where did even the Crazy Mortal title and name come from?
Crazy Mortal was actually my publishing company. Rappers, I digress. Get publishing, man. Stop just rapping just to rap. It doesn't make any sense, man. CSEC, ASCAP, BMI, register your music. I digress. But, Crazy Mortal, that was my publishing company. And all I did was just opened it up into the record label.
Yeah.
And it's at this time, it's a blueprint record label. It's not fully structured. I'm not looking for artists. I will be, in the near future. But at this point, we're just focused on the Bulldoze City project, and we're going to see how this works out with IMG Universal. And if it works out, man, my plan is to bust open some doors for a lot of artists.
Yeah. That kind of leads me to my next question. We're here in Houston. There's a rich community of gospel-centered MCs. We get a lot of some of the bigger names come through town to perform at churches or do events. You've been able to interact with them. You've been able to see them on stage. What sort of lessons have you learned from seeing guys here in Houston and some of the national acts that have come through that maybe have improved what you've been able to do?
That's a great question. I've learned a lot. I'm a sponge. I like to soak up information. I feel like the minute you stop learning, that's the minute you need to die. So I've learned a lot of negative things. I've learned a lot of positive things. I've met some cats that are real open. They're with the people. When they come to town, and that's a great thing because you make people feel like you really care about them. They're not just fans. And I've met people that are more reserved. And that's not my character, but I've also, seen some people how they command the stage. It's MCing, being a master of ceremony. That's a lot of times as artists, we kind of missed that aspect, you know. So I've seen some people that knew how to command the stage, knew how to keep the attention of the audience, and then also I've seen some people that didn't know how to command the stage, didn't know how to translate. So I kind of take bits and pieces of everybody and include it into my life, and if it makes sense for my life, I will never mimic, but if something is inspiring, if I can take something and kind of include it, you know, within my personal life, I do it. So I've done that over the years, man, and I'm really proud of where the genre is right now. You know, we have some strong cats, and we ready to compete, man. I think we can compete with the top of them now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll take a break. We'll come back. I'll ask Gifted about his mixtape series, some of the promotional videos he's done, and even some of his critics. So stay tuned.